Hello, this is Jockin, coach of the San Francisco Cinderace. Today I'm going to be doing my week 2 team builder for the Lucarios. It's a little late between everything going on with work and class, and otherwise I've been pretty busy and didn't have a chance to upload this. The battle should be going up at the same time since it's already finished, so right after this I'll have a little link if you want to go watch that video immediately after. But let's get right into the team builder. So my opponent, the Lucarios, had a couple big threats, the main ones being the Charizard on his team and the Como-O, as well as the Sylveon that I was mainly worried about. Starting off with my Grimmsnarl, I wanted him to be a decent answer to the Charizard, that's why he's carrying Thunder Punch, and then Sucker Punch Play Rough let him deal with just about everything my opponent has, aside from the Sylveon, which forces him out. So ideally Sylveon will be dealt with by the time he comes in, but if that's the case, then he's able to get off a bulk up or two. He can sweep through the remainder of my opponent's team fairly easily. The EV spread, I went with the plus defense just so he can switch in on the Golurk that my opponent has if the Golurk comes, because taking an Earthquake or a Shadow Punch would do a little bit, and the defense EVs help with that already before a bulk up goes off. The 4 special defenses, in the worst case scenario, I have to deal with the Sylveon or even the Charizard without a bulk up off to try and deal with them first. But I think he should do some good work getting the bulk ups off and the Thunder Punch. Moving on to Aegislash. Now, Aegislash, I have one specific situation in mind. Aegislash can come in on multiple things, the Sylveon being one of them, and his best answer is either Como-O or Charizard, both of which will set off my weakness policy. And with the EV spread I have here, I will live attacks from the Charizard and get the weakness policy off, and then an Iron Head will deal about 80% to the Como-O if the Como-O comes in, whereas a Shadow Claw does a bunch to the Charizard. Now, the Como-O matchup, if let's say it's carrying Earthquake, it does a bunch to me, the weakness policy goes off, I hit it with an Iron Head, it does, I believe it's somewhere from 75 to 85, and then a Shadow Sneak is guaranteed to clean it up after the weakness policy goes off. So Aegislash, once the weakness policy goes through, is going to be able to sweep a lot of his team. It'll take Sylveon hits really well, and it'll one-shot it in return with Iron Head. I think he's going to do a lot of work this week, especially considering he's got Golurk, Arctovish, Como-O, like all these things he can hit once he's +2 that he'll be really good against. So Aegislash should do very well for me. Next up we have the Cinderace. Now I'm running heavy duty boots again. He has a couple Stealth Rock users, so Cinderace has to be there with Court Change as usual, as he's my only removal since our team is not, or our league is not using transfer moves. Silvally and Flygon don't actually get defogged. But other than that, we've got Pyro Ball, High Jump Kick, U-Turn, the fairly standard Cinderace set with Jolly Nature. Pyro Ball hits just about everything other than the Charizard and Golurk for really good damage. Even the Arctovish takes a fair chunk, and High Jump Kick does a bunch to that after the fact. I was debating on carrying Iron Head to deal with Sylveon even better, but Cinderace already takes resisted damage from the Hyper Voice coming in. It's not going to take much from the Mystical Fire and doesn't care about the special attack drop. And Pyro Ball does, I want to say, 40 to 50 anyways, so it's not a bad answer even without Iron Head, and that way I can keep U-Turn on there for some more pivot. So I think Cinderace, it's not there like specifically to deal with anything, but it's a very good answer regardless to a lot of stuff, because it can chunk it for 60 to 70% and U-Turn out, which will be very annoying. Now moving on, I went with Electric Silvally because it deals with a lot of things on his team very well. It can hit the Charizard, it can hit the, what's its name, Arctovish. It can hit plenty of things. The only one that resists the multi-attack is Golurk, so we're carrying Crunch. And I don't believe it was Thunderfang at the time. I had switched something else on there. I misremembering. I want to say I had Firefang, but I could be wrong. And then U-Turn as well. Now I had the option to go with Parting Shot for this slot, but I wanted the chip damage on a lot of things rather than the attack drop. I wasn't too worried about that sort of thing. I didn't think he was going to bring Calm Mind Sylveon or Throat Spray Sylveon that I would need to be Parting Shot out of, and the only thing would be Charizard, but this job is to kill Charizard anyways. It shouldn't be pivoting out on the Charizard, so I felt that U-Turn was a better option on him. Moving on to Cinccino. this is interesting. This is part of my strategy. It's probably my best way to deal with Charizard, and it hits most of his team. It hits the Golurk, which is a safe switch in normally. Tail Slap does okay to Como-O. Knockoff gets rid of any items I need to worry about. And then Rock Blast, Bullet Seed both hit the Arctovish, that sort of thing. So Cinccino can give a lot of his team problems, and while I was debating on U-turn for the last move slot, I felt that between Cinderace, Silvally, Flygon, I had enough pivots already that I could go with Knockoff to try and get rid of some items there. So I think Cinccino is going to be a big problem if I use it well, that it's going to make it quite tricky for him to get a lot of things in safely, and I'm expecting it to get 1 or 2 kills most likely. Finally, Flygon. I'm running Choice Scarf Flygon because it outspeeds the majority of things he has on his team. With Levitate, it's a safe switch in for Golurk, and then with U-turn, Stone Edge, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, it'll be a speed tie with Charizard because of the Choice Scarf and Jolly nature. The Stone Edge is there to hit the Charizard. I don't believe it's a one-shot once it Gigantamaxes, but without that it will be. So if I can stall it out with Grim Snarl or get some other damage somehow, then it'll be a one-shot. My only worry is that he gets a couple max airstreams off and he'll be faster than me then. Now granted, he doesn't do a ton, like he's not going to one-shot me, but you still want to be faster than whatever he's got. So best case scenario, Flygon gets in safely. But yeah, that's about the plan for this week, so hopefully plays out well, and I'll have a link up top to the battle if you'd like to watch that. Thank you for watching.